A good thought-out interior starts with a good front door. Here we have a custom-made door with a pretty curious lock. Look at this guy. It has such a handle. The lock opens with a fingerprint. We push it away when we leave. We pull the same handle towards us when we come in. It's quite interesting. Dark glass door, called lacobel. We use the same dark glass to make a closet like this. You need to push it like this in the center. It opens up neatly just like this. From the hallway, we enter the living room, and here we are greeted by such a tactile wall made of MDF panels. Actually, it's not just a wall, it's a closet. Moreover, the closet is unusual, being very narrow. If we open it with a push, we see clothes hanging parallel to the wall, not perpendicular as usual, due to the lack of width for a thicker closet. Nevertheless, we find it interesting. The clothes hang like a Batman suit. From the entryway area, we immediately get into the living room, a huge expansive space that allows us to see house roofs behind the sofa and the table, giving the feeling of a private home, as if it were not an apartment. I'm purposely not going to tell you this apartment's square footage right now. Watch the entire episode, and at the end, leave a comment on what you think the area is. The first thing we see is a wonderful fireplace.
Initially, the fireplace in our house was supposed to occupy one part of the wall, but we chose to wrap it around, extending it into the hall, so it takes the central part of the common space. The lower part is made of such jagged stone to create the impression as if the flame is burning right in the rocks. The back of the fireplace is effectively finished with a black mirror panel, so the fire is reflected in it several times. And one important feature that we've envisioned is this LED strip behind the laminum, which creates the impression as if the stone has heated up from the flame. Right now we are in the living room with you. As you can see, almost all the furniture in this apartment is custom made. For example, we made this sofa, inspired by a sofa from Beau Concept, but the customer prefers geometric shapes, so we tried to make it flatter and more geometric, and here is the result we ended up with.
Folks, remember the legs of this couch. Let's go to the bathroom area. We have a bathroom on custom legs, resonating with this design. Notice the base of this table, it's concrete, somewhat resembling our logo. And guys, this isn't a coincidence.
It's very heavy, weighs almost 220 pounds, and we had to carry it here by 4 people. But at the same time, it looks rather light and elegant and fits very cool to the style of the apartment. An interesting solution here is the area with the television. As you can see, instead of a classic television, we have a huge glass panel, behind which a matrix is built in, and when it's turned on, it looks something like this. The vertical radiator is also a nice fit. It suits the color of the TV area finishing, so it is not perceived as some kind of equipment, but rather looks like some cool design element. It's important to note the hidden acoustic system here. As you can see, it doesn't catch the eye. It has very organically integrated into the facades, and everything works great, so you shouldn't be afraid of hidden acoustic solutions in your apartment.
Here is this dining table. It is designed in the same style. That is, you see, there is a fair amount of individual solutions. This sofa with its legs, a small table, and a large table. It's totally our design, brutal concrete, architectural, just as we like. A transparent countertop merges into space since there's a glossy floor. The glossy floor gets reflections from the windows that are pointed at it, and the countertop also glows and glitters. The chairs here are also very distinctive, selected by the client himself. Even though they are not our design, they fit in very well. I kind of even want the same chairs for myself. That one chair is of a different color. However, it matches the lamps, the kitchen, the veneered panels. A pretty unusual decision. It looks beautiful, doesn't it? Such monkey business in the interior. Our kitchen is separated by glass, and it's very appropriate in real life because cooking happens there, relaxation here, someone watches TV here, smells from the kitchen do not go there. This is very comfortable. Sounds are also isolated by this glass partition. People often wonder, what if it's not closed carefully? Won't it hit this glass? Will it be safe for kids? Won't it break? What if you open it like this? Maybe it will bump into this glass. In fact, there are very precise closes here that stop the door and roll it smoothly to that glass. Here I throw it quite hard, see? It stops somewhere at this moment and smoothly arrives. The same in opposite direction. Absolutely safe solution. Let's go into the kitchen. Our kitchen is an island type, like a stone slab. See, there are some stone pieces hanging on the wall here too, and we didn't want to hang any standard art of any kind. We aim to hang something natural, organic. The apartment, with its natural colors, remains always relevant. Actually, if you look closely, it's not a real stone. Look here. This is all made of plaster. It's all such an imitation of stone made of plaster. Looks very natural. In this kitchen, the most crucial aspect is the appliances, considering its high-tech character. Check out the equipment lineup. This is premium Bosch, lined up in a single row, functional and aesthetically when working on a modern kitchens. It's important to make fine horizontal lines. Look at how beautifully the instruments are detailed. We literally see a loaf of bread. Here we can choose coffee right here. It's neatly drawn just like this. A very beautiful interface that is connected with this design, and I actually really love such technological things. Extremely neat drawing. I mean, in fact, it's like a menu in a web page. When you choose something to order for yourself, same as here. This whole piece costs about $10,000, which is just these three things. It's a microwave, an oven, and a coffee maker. If there's a mug here, coffee might brew, drapes will open by a button, the TV with news will turn on, and you'll have such a morning. About price tags, a cooking surface costs about $1,000. The hood is very cool, it costs $1,500. This is the remote that turns it on. This hood works very cool. You see, they bought it with this kind of extension to visually stretch the hood. It's a factory approved upgrade, I strongly recommend it. Turns off also beautifully. Porcelain stoneware countertop. As you can see, there are also these little gaps here. We have the same gaps between the tiles. We have the same little gaps here. Everything is sort of in a holistic design. The sink is by Omoikiri, bright, efficient mixer.
We use the one like this in every project.
Grinder. An absolutely must-have item, a dispenser. And now I'll show you how this entire kitchen space opens up. Just look at this. These are servo drives. Moreover, it's wonderful that the refrigerators close by themselves. Everything here closes with these buttons. Actually, all is so high-tech and good design, it should be tech-driven. I really enjoy it. One refrigerator closes by itself. Another one closes by itself. Here we have a pull-out countertop. It slides out like this, and you can also cook here additionally. Someone will say, 1.9 feet is too little, it's inconvenient to cook. In fact, we're slicing here, cooking here, talking to whoever is in the living room, very convenient. Here, a block of power outlets slides out, because there must invariably be sockets in the kitchen, and it also neatly tucks away, ensuring a clutter-free space. Everything is neatly tucked away. Here we have a Zehnder radiator, actually Zehnder radiators across the whole apartment, probably the most reliable radiators. We've been to Zehnder factory ourselves, they do make cool products. Here we also have a Zehnder radiator, and we covered it up because this is actually a very complex node. You see, there's a bay window, sort of a half bay. Here's a radiator and an air conditioner. There's this niche that needed to be hidden somehow, and it was necessary to figure out how to combine all this. In fact, we came up with such a metal construction that must have been welded for a year. It indeed was very difficult. Look, no seam here, all is polished to the finest detail. It's been adjusted, and it just covers our radiator, it covers our air conditioner, and on this side we have a kind of shelving unit for some houseware, various glasses. well, in general, a mandatory little locker that should be in any interior. It has backlighting, and in the evening it actually gives very beautiful glares. They spread out like this on the glossy floor and create pleasant feelings. The drapes here are closed by the smart home system. Here are such 3 buttons. When we press the button once, the drapes move smoothly. Whenever we wish to halt its motion, we simply press stop. When we want to close, we press again. It's very hard for guests. Only the homeowner can remember what it means. But when guests come, all circles are the same. It's unclear where to press. But when you know, it's lovely. There is a standard question for designers: at what height to hang a lamp above the table? And there is a common mistake when you hang it too high and it blinds the eye. Right now it's about 2.6 feet. Alex, could you turn on the lamp for us, please? You can even do it like this. Here it is, we can't see the diode strip, it shines straight down the table. And sitting here, we do not see the reflector of this lamp. It does not blind us at all. And this is the correct height. Since we've started playing with light here, take a look at what kind of lighting scenario can be created in this apartment. Here we're referencing a movie theater because the directional lights cast sharp rays right here, making us feel like we're entering the cinema. Actually, it's very beautiful. You need to drape these windows with these thick curtains for a blackout effect. Look, right here the effect from the lamp, on the sharp edges, since the tile is glossy, it actually gives a projection of the diode strip, the projection of the lamp itself on the floor. Very beautiful. The kitchen seems detached due to the glossy floor, as if hovering. It's like a cube above the floor with a sharp projection. Very beautiful, something really cosmic. I haven't told you yet about the love for details in this interior. Take a look, a brass frame, brass fasteners. The brass frame of this chair, yes, the chair is quite different, but its frame is also made of brass. This lamp, it's all custom, so we have such a relationship between the details. These sconces, which are right here, are also made of brass and give off such a soft light. And here we have a door to the bathroom hidden. It's not visible because it reaches the ceiling, it's just hiding here. Here is such a hidden handle to create this effect. The handle would highlight the door. Here's it, look. Press like this and the door opens. Actually, ladies and gentlemen, in life it's not very convenient. I mean, it's not clear how to open it. Not very comfortable, but very beautiful. Write in the comments how you like the solution. I am curious. I'll show you the bathroom. We enter the bathroom. You can play with the light immediately. Here's such a delightful backlight for the sink. Look, I'm turning on the light. Such a beautiful, stunning shower appears. Well, and here we have, accordingly, also lighting solutions for cleaning. They are used in life. The whole wall is in porcelain large-sized tiles, anti-vandal material. It's impossible to scratch it. There is a video where we're scratching the facade of the house there with a key, a knife. Generally, no traces are left behind. The sink is truly beautiful. Custom design. Here, we have a mount for such towels and a drain. Let's get in the shower. Fantini shower head is approximately around $8,000 just for one single shower head. There's a huge space here, meaning you can walk around just like this. In fact, we reworked the design of this space several times. At first, the initial design decision was to use porcelain stoneware tiles. A client said, well, yes, porcelain tiles, but there's something I don't like. Take everything off and redo it all. The second time, we made the design in the form of cliffs because it's a tropical shower with a rock slab there and pieces of stone in the kitchen and bedroom. There were also these like cliffs here. We got together with the client, we picked all the stones with the client. Second round, the client said they didn't like it and then removed it again. And this is already the fourth alteration. And finally, the client chose this tile. And it's cool, I really like it. Write in the comments how you like this tile. In my opinion, it really creates some kind of cool atmosphere here. Let's talk about the shower. Let me show you a bit how it works, because operating the shower is a whole other story. These three are the shower modes. That is, the first thing is actually a tropical shower. This mode is a little waterfall, and this is the steam mode. Actually, as steam forms in a hammam, it creates this kind of natural fog, and it's as if you're taking a shower somewhere in the rocks, in the tropics. That is, in fact, really awesome. These three are light modes. That is, when there is a waterfall mode, you can vary the lighting, and there will be a red light shining through the waterfall. Very cool. Let's try. Here is such an incredibly interesting little lever that can be lowered down. Water coming out. This is a regular tropical shower for us now. We can switch it to waterfall mode and play around with the lighting. Now the white light. We can create a different, unique kind of light. You can hold it. And light will change just like that. Isn't it awesome? We enter the apartment's private part. Here's a bathroom, a children's room, and a primary bedroom. In fact, all doors are hidden. All doors to the ceiling. All doors are absolutely invisible. Here we have such a beautiful little locker with lighting, where all the clothes hang parallel to the wall. On this side, we just have panels. We press, and nothing happens. Visually, this locker is completely hidden and does not differ from these laminum panels that we have going onto this wall. And here is exactly the same door with exactly the same handle. So it opens, and let's go in here. We have a bathroom. Dark bathroom, dark and beautiful. We didn't split it into any specific guest or private bathroom. There is one bathroom with a bathtub, a second bathroom with this cool shower. The same sink.
A feature that adds coziness is these wooden Parklex panels. They are covered with a high-quality natural veneer. The story with this bathtub is also interesting. Initially, we wanted to make it wooden, but we weren't satisfied with either a ready-made bathtub or some custom element. So we ended up with this ceramic bathtub on legs, which in my opinion fits nicely into the concept. It's a bit Japanese, looks absolutely stunning. And right here there is a very interesting towel dryer. Interestingly, the client chose it, but surprisingly it fit in here very well. It looks more like some futuristic object rather than a technical towel dryer.
An interesting ceiling detached from the wall. The bathtub was placed on custom legs, similar to a sofa's. Remember I said, exactly the same legs. It looks cool, several sconces. Turn off the upper light for a cozy atmosphere here to take a bath.
Here we have a children's room. Let's go in and see.
Here we ended up with a very minimalist design, and from such an interesting solution we simply highlighted the area of the children's bed with color. The central element of any bedroom, of course, is the bed, and here we wanted to make it in the form of such a levitating podium, which hangs above the ground. There's an interesting story about these balconies. They're not perceived as typical in apartments. It's more like a summer terrace with a tropical garden, which is as cozy as in any private house. If we take a look at the wall, here we have such an interesting decorative panel made of laths. We tried to hide the radiator and decided to take a lath from the radiator, replicate it across the entire wall, so that we ended up with an interesting composition, and the radiator was not perceived as some separate piece of equipment. You can also notice a rather cool shelf. The radiator sort of seamlessly goes into it, hides, so we don't actually see any plugs and connections. Additionally, the upper part of this particular shelf is movable, allowing you to constantly change the compositions and put some interesting decor items on display. Thanks to these laths, we were able to neatly conceal all the wires, so the TV just looks like a picture. We also have laths on the back side. They repeat the narrative of the wall with the TV, maintaining the original theme. It would seem that's all, but in fact there's a little secret here.
And now I'm going to show you an interesting feature. Follow me. Here we have such a beautiful wardrobe hidden. Here you can store items such as ties, socks, watches, or perhaps something similar to that. all with backlighting. It seems narrow, and in fact it's 2.6 feet in width, which is sufficient. This wall is made of glass with slats on the back side, and from here, just like this, we move into a beautiful bedroom, place the phone on the wireless charger, like our channel, and subscribe to it. Bye, folks. Oh, I remember. Guys, how big is this apartment? Please write your guesses in the comments.